to the first Miami market update on this Friday, April 28th. I want to welcome you. We're going to be doing this every Friday, give you a quick market recap of what's going on in the last week and a summary of things. I know a lot of things are moving quickly, and so I want to make sure that everyone around me and people I'll be speaking with are up to date. This also serves as a weekly newsletter update for all the people that I'm speaking with on a daily basis. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and before any further, let's get into it. The news of the day, of the week, and of the year is what's happening with the interest rates. Interest rates right now, as of the time of this recording, are 5.45% for a fixed 30-year mortgage. With the news of that and the rates increasing, we're seeing a lot of changes and a lot of questions in the marketplace. What's going to happen? What should we do? So let's jump right into that. The news of the day, of the week, and of the year is what's happening with the interest rates. Interest rates right now, as of the time of this recording, are 5.45% for a fixed 30-year mortgage. With the news of that and the rates increasing, we're seeing a lot of changes and a lot of questions in the marketplace. With inflation continuing to be an issue all over the globe, the Fed is going to be raising the rates more consistently over the rest of the year. And that's going to cause a problem for quite a few people, namely buyers. Buyers will effectively be disqualified from their purchases as the rates continue to go up because their debt to income ratio will also be changing. As these buyers exit the market, that creates more competition with the pool of existing buyers, as well as the fears from sellers that prices are going to continue to go up if they don't act now before the rates get too high. And so we have almost a perfect window of buyers and sellers almost coming to an agreement, and we're starting to see some of those changes. This week we had 370 properties come back on the market as new listings. We had 97 come back on the market, and we had 110 properties decrease in price. So that tells you that there's definitely a sense that even though it's a tiny increment, there are changes starting to take place. Now let's take a look at cash transactions. I know that's a topic that comes up a lot in terms of the buyers that I'm working with, and that's also a topic of conversation. Should I even get financing because they're just going to accept the cash offer? So let's jump right into that. In the case of single family homes, 26% of all transactions were cash transactions, and that's 20% increase from where we were a year ago. Having a little over a quarter of the cash transactions take place is good news for those who may have fears that only cash buyers are the ones are offers being taken. That tells us that the vast majority of sales are being done with financing, and we're looking for that trend to go down. 26% of all transactions being cash is actually good news. Even though it's up 20% from this time last year, it signals that the vast majority of the deals that are going down are with financing, are using traditional means, and that means, overall it's more or less a healthy transaction that's going down with checks and balances and the normal processes being in place. Anything less than 6 months of inventory makes it a seller's market. So we are right now, again, still in an extreme seller's market. Anything over 6 months makes it a buyer's market. So being within the 4 to 6 month range creates a more or less balanced market. Now let's talk about townhomes and condos, which have typically served as primary residences and starter homes for many young couples, as well as safe places to store money from foreign investors. In the case of townhomes and condos, 51% of all transactions were done in cash, which again probably speaks to the investment from out-of-state investors. We're also looking at foreigners starting to invest again as the borders open up. So we're seeing a lot of different influences, people wanting to take advantage of, the tax haven that is Miami, Florida. And so 51% is a very high number for cash transaction. It's something to keep a watch over. Now that is 45% increase since this time last year. And again, that's something that we should definitely take a look at and watch, because it seems like condos are a prime vehicle for investment right now. And what's happening is a lot of people necessarily are unable to find a single family home, so they're going to be parking their money and trying to buy a condo in the meantime, perhaps sell it in a year down the road when they'll have more time to find a property, or just rent it out in the meantime and try to cash flow as much as possible until they can find a home. But basically, the purchases of townhomes and condos at this high a rate via cash sales dictates that people are parking their money where they can right now in properties in Miami until they can find a longer term solution in single family homes. A year ago at this time, we had 10 months of inventory available in towns and condos in Miami-Dade County. Now we're at 2.7. So what that tells us is, again, there is a rush for townhomes and condos, the majority of it being probably investors and people looking to buy single family homes, unable to do so and looking for the next best option while they search for their forever home. And that's where we are. So there are deals and there are opportunities in the townhome and condo market. If you are looking for something in that, please let me know. In summary, we have a marketplace that's beginning to see the changes, where it's beginning to see the effects of the mortgage rate increases. We're starting to see sellers start to reduce their prices in order to try to maximize their sale. We're starting to see buyers either be disqualified from the marketplace altogether, or take a step back and try to come back down the road, understanding that the rates will be higher and their buying power will be diminished. We're starting to see the steps towards a more balanced market. We're seeing cash-heavy transactions in the condo and townhome market, while that inventory still has opportunities, whereas a single-family home in the middle market may not have as many opportunities available at the moment. What we advise all our investors is to look to emerging neighborhoods, look to what we call bleed-out neighborhoods, areas just outside the most popular neighborhoods where people have already made that area their home. They don't necessarily want to leave, but they want to stay close by, and so they will purchase in a neighborhood that is up and coming. And that, I think, is going to be the strategy for a lot of people as Miami remaps and redesigns itself and reinvents itself, as it does every 10 or 15 years or so. That's what's happening right now. And so look to myself and some others who are going to be speaking more about this, the concept of really investing in the emerging neighborhoods. Where Miami is going to be in 5 to 7 years is a completely different place than what we see right now. And I think those who can look that far ahead and can really make the moves as from now are really going to do very well in the near future. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I do have a couple of announcements for upcoming listings. So with that, that's everything I got for you guys this week. If you have any questions, please reach out to me directly. And yeah, take care of yourselves, take care of each other.